Hi Sagittarius, welcome back to the channel. It's me Anisa from the Inner Stereo. This is going to be your left messages as a general reading, so the roles might get reversed or it may or may not resonate with you. And if this reading resonates with you, there's going to be a link down in the description box below for personal reading with me, okay? So first of all, happy birthday Sagittarius, and happy belated birthday, to all Sagittariuses out there who have celebrated your birthday way before I posted this video. When is your birthday, hun? My birthday is on the December 14th, so it's coming. Really excited for it. But anyway, you know the drill. This is going to be a you versus them format. We're going to be looking at your past, present, future from both parties, and we're going to clarify them. And I am also going to be pulling some advice card for you by the end of the session, okay? Woo! Woo, 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 woo. You've went through a lot here, Sagittarius, specifically since summer or since Leo season this year. There is like a lot of lessons here that needs to be gained. A lot of things that are being dismembered so that it could be reassembled. Okay, because what are your challenges? You have the Five of Wands and you also have the World. I always interpret Five of Wands similar to the Tower because 5 comes after 4. 4 talks about stability, square, something that is stable. And then 5 comes out, right? Because it breaks the stability of the 4 so that you could rebuild it to the number 6. I feel that there has been like a lot of things that has changed in terms of your life in general, not only in your relationship sector, but in your life in general. And one of the reasons for that has a lot to do with this. The world is ruled by Saturn, so it's all about discipline. It's all about structure. It's all about boundaries that you're establishing when it comes to the connection, okay? So I feel that one of your biggest challenges here has a lot to do with finding that red line, finding the silver lining of like why this has been happening to me so that you could be making a much more structural decisions moving forward with your life. We're going to clarify in a moment, okay? Now, in the past, you have the Strength and you also have the Two of Wands. There has been a lot of things that has happened to you lately that tested your strength, that tested your patience. Those things that happened to you, it served as a purpose. Why? Because it's going to make you look at the world outside of you. Okay, all of these times, and which is weird to say because Sagittarius are adventure seekers, right? But I feel that in terms of your life, you've been for quite some times now choosing to go for something that is safe, choosing to go for something that is of your comfort zone, the things that you used to know. One of the negative thing about, dealing with things that are familiar is when it comes to relationship, especially if we've been to multiple toxic relationship, or if our relationship with our parent has been toxic, we tend to stay there. Okay. But I feel that everything that has happened to you, it leads to a point where you feel that, there's more to life out there than what I have been having. There's more out there. I believe that there's more out there. So I feel that there's something here about the things that happened to you in the past that brings you to see like, okay, changes needs to be made. I need to have a change in my perspective. I also need to have a change in what I want in my life. So if you actually notice and if you actually have like a little bit of a conversation within yourself, what you want by the beginning of 2023 versus what you want right now is entirely different. Yeah, it's because of these experiences are going to be teaching you like a lot of lessons here. Now, in terms of your person, you have the Page of Swords and also the Four of Cups. You are dealing with somebody here who has been trying to study you. This is the person who is very careful in terms of taking a giant leap of faith over something, okay? Unlike you, when you feel like it, you're like, okay, I'm going to be brave, I'm going to be courageous, and I'm going to take a giant leap of faith over something. This is not the person who does that, okay? They need to make sure that the journey or the path that they're taking on is 100% safe. And this person has been trying to study you for quite a while. Now, this is the thing, see? When it comes to them, because they're very specific in things that they want, for some reason, instead of focusing on you and who you are as an individual and what you bring to the table and etc., they're much more focusing on what I want. You get what I mean? There are people out there, so the healthy relationship comes from, I know who you are. There's nothing about you that I'm going to change because I chose to fall in love with you. I accept it. Okay. But there are people out there who's like, I know that you're not that person. I'm going to change you so that you become my person. Yeah. I feel that in the past you were dealing with this kind of energy where they kind of knew what they're signing up for. And I'm not saying that Sagittarius is a bad person. No. But even if this person were to be presented by people who are so like an angel, super saint, and no flaws whatsoever, there's always going to be something to complain about. There's going to be something that they're not going to be impressed about because that's just, their attachment style. They have a severe lack of trust when it comes to other people. So it has to always be very specific. And if that specific demands are being met, then there's just something that is wrong about it too. Remember, I had a best friend of mine, a male best friend of mine, who was like, I wanted to do this with, now we're not going to talk about it because it's too, I wanted to do this with my fiance. And it turns out that my fiance was actually enjoying it. So does that mean that she was like, that she'd never done it before? Like, bro, what do you want? You wanted to do it and then she gave you that. And now you're asking questions like, why? You know what I mean? And this is the type of person who's like that. Like, you meet their demands, but there's just something about that they're going to take something to complain about or something to not be impressed about. Okay. It's difficult. It's difficult to meet their demands. It's just difficult to just make them trust you. It's just difficult to please them. Okay. Now in the present moment, Sagittarius, you have the Knight of Cups and you also have the Nine of Cups in upright position. You're feeling a lot better right now. Your playful nature is coming back. Your optimism, although it's not back 100%, it's coming back. Okay? There is a sense of you being much more connected to yourself and much more connected to what you want in life. Little steps, yeah, Sagittarius. Nobody could ever give you a pill to make you feel better in an instant. But little steps, little by little, I see you getting better. And I feel that by you getting better, it makes you want to give your love again, yeah? You're coming back to the Sagittarius at who you once were. Now, when it comes to this person, they have the Two of Swords and they also have the Ace of Wands. I feel that this person is still undecided, okay? They still have not decided about anything when it comes to this connection. It's similar to how they did in the past. However, there is an idea here that popped into their mind about something that they want to do to you. There is an excitement that they're starting to feel when it comes to this connection again. I feel that if we're only talking about one person here, this person might want to reignite the passion that both of you shared in the past. Okay, we're going to clarify in a moment. However, if you're dealing with two people, there's somebody here who's still undecided about you that you've been trying to flirt, you've been trying to have a banter about, and there's one person who sees you as somebody who's super duper physically and sexually attractive, and with this person, yeah, you're pleased with that. It's not as if like you're in love, no, but you're just pleased with that. Now, in the future, you have the Three of Cups and you also have the Five of Swords in upright position. This combination screams to me like a good vibes only vibe, yeah? In a way that in the future, I feel that you guys are going to be focusing a lot more on surrounding yourself with people who is only going to be giving you positive energy. If it doesn't give you positive energy and if it's only going to give you like a lot of headaches, what you do is you would just basically cut them off. Now, when it comes to this person, Page of Pentacles and also the Two of Cups in upright position, if we're dealing about one person here, Sagittarius, okay, This person is going to try to... I want to clarify who this is. Yeah, it could be a person from your past, or it could actually be somebody who is new. If it is new, it's going to be an earth sign, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus, who is actually going to start wanting to evaluate whether this connection is something that they want to go to, but the feeling is already there, okay? Now let's just clarify your reading now. Now I want to clarify this Knight of Cups. Yeah, because I feel that you just don't, you want to have a stress-free life. You want to enjoy a life that is full of positivity, full of feel-good moments, things that just makes you feel good. Surrounding yourself with people who just makes you feel good about yourself. That's exactly what you want here. So you're going to get a bit more playful. You're going to get a little bit more flirty. You're going to get a bit more, you know what I mean, right? From Sagittarius to another Sagittarius, you know what I mean, right? Okay, let's clarify the Two of Swords. So when it comes to this person though, now that's the thing, especially if you guys are dealing with a fire sign, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, or a Libra. This person, logically speaking, they know full well that this connection between you and them is something that they could expand. It's something that has a potential for growth, that has a potential for expansion, okay? But this person is just way too careful, especially if you're dealing again with a fire sign or a Libra or a Gemini, actually. Like, this person is just way too careful about, like, wait a minute. Is it safe? Is it really safe? Okay. Oh, beautiful, Sagittarius. Look at you making healthier choices in relationship. Wow. Because the older you get, the more that you're understanding that Four of Wands is just things that are temporary. Yeah, it's good. It's celebration. That's good. But I want to seek for something that is deeper. So the way in which you approach relationship, the way that you would evaluate somebody is no longer through the lens of Four of Wands. It's no longer going to be through the lens of passion, intensity, infatuation, fun, casual. It's deeper than that. You want to connect with another human being from soul to soul. Now, there is one particular person here, Sagittarius, who started to see you as their wish fulfillment. Okay? For the majority of you, I think this is going to be somebody who is entirely new. But if you're only dealing with one person, then it's going to be this person. But anyway, they started to see you as their wish fulfillment, and they started to know and understand exactly what is it that you want. Because I feel that when it comes to this person, you've kind of like established some sort of boundaries here. And they're having this idea of like, okay, and excitement as well within themselves about, okay, maybe I should follow along with the structure, with the disciplines, the foundations, and the boundaries that Sagittarius has laid upon. Let's clarify the future. Wow. For the majority of you, this is going to be somebody who's entirely new. So, you have one person here in the future, yeah? Could be an Aquarius, an Earth sign, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, or a Scorpio, or a Pisces. The thing about this person is that this person feels for you more than you feel for them. They feel connected with you more than you feel for them. Now, the thing about them is that they are fearful of things falling apart. That is one of the reasons why this person is very careful. Because they're the type of person that if I take a giant leap of faith over something and it doesn't work out, I am going to be the one that got hurt the most here. From your side, I feel that you're taking things a bit slower this time. I feel that in the future, in the future, you guys are just going to, surrounding yourself with people who have good vibes. And you're just going to be at the energy where you're just like, you're seeing, you're observing. Yeah? You're observing like, okay, how serious are you? Not only are you going to evaluate this person from what they're giving to you or the effort that they're giving to you, but there's something here also about you evaluating somebody from how they treat others. So you evaluate this person by how they treat their family or how they treat a waitress or how they treat their co-workers. Like, wow, Sagittarius. Wow. Okay, let's clarify the Two of Cups here. So somebody wants to have a relationship with you badly here. But again, it's not that you don't want to. It's not that you're being mean or you're being a jerk or you're being an asshole, whatever. No, it's just that you've changed a lot. Whatever happened to you in the past had changed your mindset, had changed your perspective to a point where you don't want to rush into things. And you have somebody here who's really, really coming in that is like, I'm trying to be careful, but I feel so connected with you. I feel for Sagittarius more than you feel for them. And I kind of like have to agree with that. And I feel that in the future, you guys are going to be a bit careful. You're going to want to study somebody first before you open your heart chakra to them. Now, this person, Sagittarius, it kind of like depends on where you are in your journey, right? Because that was your challenges before, right? How can you make a much more practical, sound decisions in the past, knowing full well of the disruptions that has happened into your life lately in the past year? Would you opt for, because here's the thing, wanting something and fully living it and experiencing it and welcoming it and working towards it is completely totally different thing. Like there are people out there who would want to be a billionaire, but once they have to do the work to become a billionaire, they're like, no, I don't want to do it. So you got to be careful what you're wishing for here, because I feel that you are going to get your wish fulfillment here in the future. But there's something about like, I don't know if I should trust this or not. This feels weird. This feels unfamiliar. Because if you have been in a relationship that has the highest high and the lowest low, a relationship that is like, vroom, 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 vroom. It is intense, yeah. It is dramatic, yeah. It is invoke the feelings that you've never felt before, yeah. That's true. Okay. But those things are not healthy. A healthy relationship would not feel like that. A healthy relationship would feel safe. It will feel secure. And for those of you who are so used of having those kind of relationship, a healthy relationship can actually feel so boring. So now, the biggest advice here is that I feel that you need to start assessing what are your green flags and what are your red flags. And every time you see red flags in somebody, really think, is it really a red flag? Because if you're so used to dealing with people who are toxic and unhealthy, the green flags would become a red flag and the red flags would become a green flag. Yeah, one of my friend, when she just got out of a toxic relationship, people who throw themselves at her, who is super duper available for her, she would get turned off by it. The green flags of that person becomes a red flag. Like, ew, why are you like this? Oh, why are you like that? I've been there, done that before too. Like the green flag that somebody exhibit towards me, I'm gonna be too available, bruh. Like, why? I don't. Yeah, is the green flag becomes a red flag, and then the red flag, the unavailability, the disinterest, the jerk, the assholiness. I'm not sure if that's even the word, but those become super duper attractive. It's becoming like a green flag for me. So the biggest advice here for your reading right now is that I think you need to start figuring out what are your red flags and what are your green flags. And every time you see a green flag in somebody, check if those green flags are really green flags or if those green flags are actually red flags. And if you see red flags in somebody, let's say for instance, somebody put you off, ask and check. Are those red flags that you see, are they really red flags or are they actually green flags, but you're just not used to it? Okay? Because I know you want change, but what you need to understand is that with those changes, it's actually going to bring a very different feeling, something that you might not be familiar with. And the thing about human beings is that we like things that are familiar. That's why you see people who grew up with narcissistic parents, they would always have a relationship with narcissistic people because that's their familiarity. People who grew up with drug addict parents usually would fall or would go with a partner who has some sort of addiction. Drug addiction, alcohol addiction, work addiction, doesn't really matter. One, because the word addiction and the personality of somebody with that type of addiction is so familiar for them. You want something that is so unfamiliar for you. Just so you know, it's actually going to feel a bit different. Okay? And that's something that you gotta be aware of. All right? So I think that is it for my reading for you here, Sagittarius. I hope that you find tons and tons of clarity that you guys been looking for. And I look forward to seeing you guys next week for another weekly reading. All right, bye-bye guys. Have a great day. I love you.